Hi, welcome to this week's edition of Comments by a Psychiatrist. I'm Dr. Soraya. So this week I'm going to continue sort of my departure from specifically talking about an individual psychiatric medication and just a topic of interest to me this week. And it's going to be potentially a little bit redundant as it's a topic that I like. But I saw recently another physician talk about something similar to what I talk about when I talk about sort of paying attention to diet, sleep, and exercise as the foundation of good health. And he had a slightly different take on it than the way that I usually think about it. And he felt like the reason that people overlook getting enough sleep, eating well, and making sure that they exercise is that the phrase that he uses that it's too easy. And I don't think that's the most accurate way of describing it, and I don't think that's what he really meant, although obviously I can't know. But I think the way that I think about his point is that it seems too basic, that if you just do these things, that you'll actually experience a noticeable benefit in your health. And that's the main point I want to convey, is that you definitely will. So rather than searching for a special supplement or some kind of hack or some intricate kind of intervention, which those kinds of things can be good for very specific goals. But if the general interest is an improvement in overall health in a variety of areas, you absolutely must institute the habits of diet, sleep, and exercise. And the thing about this, and again, I think another aspect of it that this other provider was getting at, is these things are simple. They don't require any special equipment, any special expert coaching, any expensive supplements or anything like that. For sleep, it's simple. It's just get organized about your schedule and institute the habit of going to sleep at a set time and allowing yourself whatever your requirement is, whether that's 8 hours, 9 hours. That feels impractical sometimes given the way schedules are, but if that's something that you can slowly work toward, it is an absolute foundation for good health. With the diet, same thing. Yes, you can get all of these supplements and additional things, but the very basic is avoid the processed foods, avoid refined sugar, and stick with whole foods as much as possible. Fresh fruits and vegetables, and a variety of naturally sourced other products. I don't want to get into a whole debate about meat and vegetarianism. I myself am not a vegetarian, but I do recognize that a plant-based, a plant-focused diet has many, many health benefits. So when thinking about eating healthy, it's focusing on getting as many mainly vegetables as the foundation of your diet as possible. And then if you choose to add meat and dairy to that for taste and preference, that's an individual decision. But you want the core of your diet to be plant-based. I myself am continuing to work on this, and I think that is another foundation for health. And then finally, exercise. Just daily activity. You can vary the intensity day to day. You don't want to burn out. You don't want to overtax your body by working out with a very high intensity every day. But you want to have, I would say, again, depending on your individual current health status and what your own physician is recommending, but something that looks something like 3, maybe 4 days of moderate to high intensity exercise with 2 days of more definitely moderate to light exercise. And then that 7th day can be either a rest day or very gentle stretching and other maintenance kind of work. But I try to shoot for some level activity every day. And I do think that all of this talk about getting your steps in actually is also a good recommendation. It's a good way to make sure your body's in motion. Ideally, get outdoors, get fresh air, get exposure to nature. I think all these things are health promoting. But that's it, is that before you start focusing on higher level things, put some effort into making sure diet, sleep, and exercise are attended to. And if you can achieve these goals of getting enough sleep, eating well, and daily activity, you will notice noticeable improvements in your overall health, both the way that you feel, what your blood tests look like, and the various health parameters that we usually look at for maintaining good health. So that's the message for the week. Thanks.